Morning guys, this is Ramit Tandon. Come spend the day with me in New York. A big part of managing pressure is actually enjoying your experience and not just focusing on the results, and I'm trying to do that a little more these days. So we're going to grab a sandwich from a certain place, and then we're going to Blue Bottle. It's like one of the famous coffee spots that has picked up in the last couple of years. So it's Veer's favorite place as well. I introduced him to it. So he's the foodie. So this area is called Columbus Circle because it's between east and west, and New York is divided into the east side and the west side. East side is a little nicer and quieter. So yeah, we're heading there for some breakfast. Yeah, the only downside about New York is how cold it gets this time of the year. So many times I wish the TOC was in the summer. I feel the longer I've been on the PSA, I've started to realize, I just don't want to go to cities and countries, see a squash court and head back home. So I'm trying to make it a point now that I do explore the cities I go to a little more. So I used to live down, I'll show you my old apartment was a block behind Nyack. Nyack used to play squash, and I used to work down east. So I was literally like in a stretch of like 300 meters going up and down between squash and work when I used to be working here.
Do you ever miss working here?
I miss the city, I miss my friends, but not really working. I mean, does anyone really miss working? That's Veer's favorite Italian restaurant, Quality Italian. Yeah, that's where he comes on all his dates. So on a Saturday night, if you want to find Veer in New York, that's where you got to go. So I got to the US in 2011. I started Columbia September of 2011, and I graduated in 2015. So those are my 4 years at Columbia. And then 2015 to 2018, I worked here in finance. So we'll go past my office in a bit as well.
What's the coffee order?
Oat flat white, yeah.
Every squash player?
Every squash player has that. I think it's a good balance of carbs with the oat milk, and flat white just being slightly stronger than a cappuccino or a latte. All right, so we're gonna walk back towards the club, where we're gonna grab, there's a breakfast spot on the way that we normally go to in the mornings because it's convenient. So let's head over. After you. Veer, they say ladies first, mate. After you. So I've got some berries, cranberries. These are antioxidants. I've got some potatoes for the carbs and some protein. So I think it's a well-balanced diet. Thank you. So I graduated college and I was working in finance, and it was my first year. So 2016 TOC, I got the local spot. John Nimick gave me the local spot. And I knew I was playing a good level and I had chances to qualify. But when the draw came out, I picked Ali Farag, and I was like, well, Ali at that point in time was probably 12 in the world. He was on a run where he was like making quarters of world champs and stuff. And that day I managed to win, it was 3-2. To be honest, I knew he was very, very nervous because he went pro and I went into the real world. I was working, so I had nothing to lose. So yeah, so I won that. And then again, I drew the worst card possible. I drew Greg. And Greg had no mercy. Yeah, it was tough to be on court with him that day. Let's just put it that way. Well, it wasn't too bad actually. It was 30 minutes. Funnily, everyone in finance thought that, oh man, this guy's gonna win the tournament, and I was like, no man, this guy's going out today. So yeah, that was fun. So that's why it's my favorite tournament, Friends, college. First time I made the glass court was over here, and a lot of memories on and off the court. So I've got Seb 10 to 10:30, and then Baptiste 10:30 to 11. This season has been different for me because it's the first time I've been on the PSA without sort of guiding me and not having another Indian. New York is fine because I've lived here, I have friends here, but like a lot of other tournaments I go to where I'm just by myself, which does get lonely at times. So a big reason why I push myself at Platinum sometimes through injuries and stuff like that is also because it's very disheartening to see no Indian playing some of the biggest events in the world, right? So I feel like it is important to have the Indian players competing at the highest level of a sport. But for the time being, it's lonely when I'm by myself. So this is the list of medalists. That's just insane for like a club to have like these many medalists. That's more than my country. 69 Olympians, wow. Hopefully squash will be in here one day. 2028. So it's a good environment to be in. You know, when you're training here, you bump into like not random, very famous Olympians, very decorated Olympians. It's pretty professional on me to get a warm up in. Yeah, and to be here before Seb.
But you know, we just rock up 15 minutes late, spin the racket and play.
Yeah, not late, but just in time, you know, like. Stop! He's late. There he is.
Good.
You're still on French time.
Yeah.
What's your session going to look like then?
So he's playing today, so I'll let him decide what he wants to do.
Just a match, easy.
Yeah.
Chop and
French style.
You ready?
He's hitting with everyone or what?
I think he's just hitting with everyone all
He's
day.
hitting with all the players in the tournament.
Yeah.
As he's playing tomorrow, he's just practicing with everyone.
Yeah, he's trying to suss
At
out the
least he's out of
competition.
his bed.
What was the score then?
13-11 to him. Because he's playing today again.
That's thanks for me.
What is the content for the day in the life with Ramit? Can you explain us a bit?
Well, it's just Ramit taking us coffee.
Then a nap. Don't forget the nap in the afternoon. It's a big nap.
It was kind to him to let me win this one. Because I'm feeling good for this afternoon, so thanks very
Yeah,
much.
he's a therapist. He's not a sports player. Yeah.
Crouching.
I'm glad I'm not playing him. So no, he's good.
See you, man.
See you. Thank you, Ramit.
Thank you.
See you, mate.
So when I started, my time in New York was 2011 when I went to Colombia. So we will go down to Colombia, but I graduated in 2015 and I started working here in finance. And at that point in time, I started playing at the New York Athletic Club. But my apartment where I lived is right here. So that's where I used to live, that building right there. Yeah, I stayed there for 3 years. But yeah, so that was home for me. That's Central Park right there. This is the New York Athletic Club where I practiced. And now we're going to go back to the east side. I'm going to take you to where I used to work. Coming from India, you know, I come from a very academic family back home. I feel culture and society in India is very different, you know, like I think the normal route is to get into like educational oriented career. So it's very rare for people back in India to kind of say, I'm going to go be a professional athlete. So I think when we are born and brought up, we are born and brought up with that stimulus of wanting to do something engineering related or something math related or finance related. And at that point in time, I was like, you know what, I know what squash feels like. I've played the juniors, I've played college squash, but I've never really worked in my life, you know. So I wanted to experience being in a city by myself, working, because maybe I would enjoy work as well and just do that for the rest of my life. So that's what kind of led me into finance, and that's basically how my journey in finance began back in 2015. I wasn't one of those who kind of left the game behind. I was hitting like 4 or 5 times a week, hitting with Rami, hitting with Ryan, Clinton. I was fortunate enough to have those players around, which also pushed me to play, because if Rami Ashur is going to text you, hey, would you like to hit today? It's very unlikely that I'm going to say no. So sometimes I was making my life very inconvenient. I started having the realization that, you know, work is something I can always go back to at some point in my life. And basically that was like the changing point for me, when I realized that it's kind of now or never. If I don't go pro now, it'll be too late to ever go pro. This is the Upper East Side. This is the most beautiful part of the city, at least for me. So my office is right on that side, so we'll walk towards that side.
So you were
You know what eventually happened to the Wolf of Wall Street, right? That's my office. It used to be right, 660 Mad. So that was my office right there. How are you? How are you, man? You good?
Everything's fine?
We had a good week of training together.
Yeah. You just chopping it.
No,
Yeah.
something.
No.
It's the gig.
Yes,
How's physio?
It's good. Perfect. Feeling better for sure. Time for some lunch?
Yes.
Shall we?
Mate, what are you thinking?
Something healthy.
Yeah.
It's too cold.
I know.
Here we go. It's very healthy, isn't it? Are you impressed with my lifestyle?
I am.
Chicken, some cranberry, walnuts, tomatoes, avocado. You're getting me 100%. There's no faking it on SQUASHTV for you. I would do this if I was by myself as well. Also, I'm putting it out there so my team, when they look at it, they're like, oh wow, this guy actually follows everything we tell him to. I warmed up well today. I was at practice before my practice partners. I ate healthy, got some physio in. Been a good day.
Can you tell me a little bit about your fashion career?
My fashion career, I don't think I have one. Just back in India, I have a lot of friends who are into fashion. And they rope me into doing all these. When they want an unpaid, good-looking guy to come and model for them, I'm the one who gets roped into it.
So what's more likely? You think after you stop playing, you're more likely to go back to Wall Street than become a model?
I don't think modeling is a chance. Once I'm done with squash, let's rule that out. So I think for different people it's different. Some people are going to get into coaching, some people get into fashion, like whatever they want to do. But I feel it's important to kind of have a plan while you're playing, so you kind of know what you want to do once you're done with it.
Do you think then that the college squash system helps players do?
I think so. I think the reason why like a lot of the best players in the world have the college squash experience is because they had I'm not sure if they are going to be the best players in the world. Sport in itself is very educating, you know, like what I've learned traveling the world and competing with some of the best players in the world is extremely special. And I don't think any books or college or a educational institution can teach you that. But on the squash court, like every tournament, you're either a winner or a loser, right? So you're picking yourself back up, and that's a different kind of emotion to deal with, right? Which you eventually face in life as well. So. Guys, welcome to Columbia University. The best thing about this college, it's right here. School guy. See, I'm still keeping an eye on everyone at Columbia. I'll show you my brother. That's him. That's him. So I think I one-upped him, right, with that poster down there.
Yeah, yours is definitely larger.
Who would even recognize him in this? There's supposed to be a photograph of me in here. I gifted it to her, so she puts it up. This is the way you make your way into people's lives in offices. Just gift them photographs. Peter, how are you? Very good to see you. Good to see you.
I'm good.
Wow.
Hey, buddy.
I haven't been in this office since I graduated college, so. How are you?
Hey, bud. How are
Good to see
you?
you.
This is as nice as I've seen him ever look.
Don't say that. He thinks it's my normal life.
You can edit all this out. Don't worry.
Columbia is like home, you know. No matter like how much time I spend away, every time I come back, it feels like yesterday. You know, those memories stay with you, and for me, it's not just a place that I'm visiting, right? I come back, I walk into an office, and it brings back so many fond memories from over the years. The story is like when I first got here, I was the first recruit at Columbia, first international recruit. So I remember the coach and we went to the tennis tryouts, and the players who didn't make it, we recruited them onto the squash team, being like, hey, would you like to play squash? You'll be part of a Columbia sport. I always feel like I'm a part of the program, right? Like I've seen it like from the get-go. So it's been fun, and this beautiful campus is just amazing. I mean, obviously Olympics is a big goal. I would like to be at LA and hopefully be able to get a medal there if possible. So for me, like in terms of goals, in terms of numbers, yes, going up in the rankings, going deep in some of the major events is important. And then beyond that, enjoying the game and making the most of this experience is also something that I kind of cherish these days. You know, I feel a big part of managing pressure is actually enjoying your experience and not just focusing on the results, and I'm trying to do that a little more these days. So a bit of fun along the way, but still moving up in the ranks is what I would be working towards. Hope you guys enjoy spending the day with me. Subscribe to Squash TV for more behind the scenes content. See you guys. Bye-bye.